除了俄乌沙盘，我尽量抽时间找一些俄乌双方的采访给大家讲解，尽量帮助大家了解一线战场。本期的采访视频来自我经常看的军事博主 Alex， 账号叫 History Legends。我最初以为他是亲乌的，后来看得多了才发现，妥妥隐藏的黄俄一只。本期视频 Alex 采访了俄军车臣军的一位士兵，代号 Zulu。我们开始。
And this moment still to this day haunts me in my dreams sometimes.
Oh, so you got to see the enemy face to face.
Yeah, and it was scary as fuck.
Oh,
when you see a barrel pointed at you, and you just look down this barrel and you think, I'm gonna die right now. I saw his finger squeezing the trigger, and you survive after that. It's like you're born again. I've been fighting in police forces and Ministry of Internal Affairs for 3 years, approximately. I don't remember it right now. And at the end of my career, I signed a contract with Russian MO and went to fight in Ukraine. But I fell for it. I was young. I was hot-blooded and all that stuff. I needed money, so I fell for it. I signed the MO contract.
On what date?
February 28th. It was the last day, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, February 28th, 2022.
Right away, they started training us. We have the education center for police force in Gudermes. Mm-hmm. We went down there and we started like effective training. After training, we went right down the shithole in Ukraine to Mariupol.
注意，这里 Zulu 讲了个很重要的信息。2月24开战后，车臣大规模招志愿兵，然后入乌参战。车臣领袖卡德罗夫开战后立刻宣布支持普京的特别军事行动，并且开始征召志愿兵。Zulu 原本不是军人，是警察。按他说的，2月24开战，2月28就是车臣志愿兵招募的最后一天，只有4天时间。什么意思？车臣大概率早就知道俄军准备进攻了，不然不可能这么短的时间内完成志愿军的招聘。再给大家介绍点背景，这是我2022年3月的沙盘。俄军南线突击的时候，马里乌波尔方向俄军进攻的单位主要是810海军步兵旅和150摩步师，另外有22精锐特种旅配合。这个时候还是没有车臣军的。俄军包围了马里乌波尔之后，没有着急进攻，而是等车臣军、顿涅茨克人民军等抵达，然后再慢慢开始准备巷战。因为车臣军的巷战经验比较丰富，从3月开始，最终到5月20号，整整2个月时间，俄军最终全歼亚速营和乌军第36海军步兵旅，还活着的部分乌军全部投降。以上是一点背景介绍，我们接着看。
Okay.
So the city was already being sieged.
Mm-hmm.
And I just got there and my eyes were like, holy shit, that's not like what we've been doing at like any time. And like, I mean, it's not like anything we've been doing in my whole life. Like when I was in the police, we would do like door kicking and all those missions, you know, like storming houses and all that stuff, getting the drug dealers and weapons dealers and all that stuff. But the war wasn't like anything I ever saw there.
Oh.
Like, it was like constant shelling from our side and from their side. You know, it was like a beginning of like a whole conflict. That's why Ukraine still had ammunitions for the artillery, and they were shelling us all the time.
我们注意 Zulu 讲的3月份那会儿，乌军的弹药还是比较充足的。俄军在开战早期是伤亡最大的时候，因为乌军有能力跟俄军炮兵对轰。我记得大概是2022年7到8月之后，乌军的弹药逐渐匮乏，西方的弹药生产又跟不上。进入2023年之后，俄军还是每天5到6万发炮弹，乌军只能每天打几千发，几乎是7:1左右的比例，双方的弹药储备的差距就体现出来了。我们接着看。
And the fact that you're a trained soldier, you're a trained fighter, but one shell can end your life in a second. That's what terrified me, like to the death.
Mm-hmm. What day did you reach the front?
It was in March, wait, not March.
Yeah, March.
Yeah, it was like end of the March, yeah.
End of March. And end of March, according to my notes, the Chechens took control of the left bank of Mariupol. Right.
Yeah, Chechens were like at the west part of the Mariupol. We were stationed there to wait till the assault units go forward, and our unit's job was like clearing all the remaining stuff.
Oh, okay. So the second wave. Okay.
Basements, apartments, and all that. So we're just doing the same thing we were doing at the police force.
Oh, right. And so it was the west side, or because I know there were some Chechens in the east side in Azovstal too.
Yeah, like we were on the west side.
Okay, so there were multiple units on different fronts.
Eastern Chechens.
Okay.
Eastern Chechens were mostly like experienced soldiers who already like served a couple of years.
Okay.
In the MO. We were the first volunteers who joined in, and we did the sweep in, search and destroy, all that stuff of missions. We didn't do like full on assaults on the city.
Can you talk about your first sweeping mission?
My first sweeping mission was we had the squads. We had 6 people in squads. 3 of us were volunteers, and 3 of us were like experienced soldiers.
Okay.
Who would tell us what to do and where to hide and how do you sweep the building and all that stuff. So my first mission was just learning, to be honest. After 2 or 3 missions where I got like acknowledged and acclimatized to the war and everything that's happening around, so I was able to lead my men that I was leading in police.
Oh, you became leader, like squad leader?
Yeah, after our squad leader got hit.
So the first 3 missions, there was no fighting, right?
There was fighting, but like we were just sitting at the back. We were like just the newbies, you know. They wouldn't let us do all the thing. We were just covering corners and all that stuff. The guys who threw grenades and all that stuff were like the experienced guys.
So the first missions, you cover corners. Did you ever see the enemy in the first missions or not?
Well, when we were in the trenches, they were far away, like 800 and 900 meters away.
Okay.
But it all like depended on the timeline of the conflict. Because when the assault brigades go through, we go through right after.
Yes.
So we sweep the buildings right after. And that's when we got like face-to-face contact with enemy.
Oh, so you got to see the enemy face-to-face.
Yeah, and it was scary as fuck.
Oh.
When you see a barrel pointed at you, and you just look down this barrel and you think, I'm gonna die right now, and you survive after that, it's like you're born again.
So summary, you get to you do 1 month of training in Chechnya, then you do 1 month of acclimatization of a warm-up in Mariupol. Like you see some fighting, but the experienced guys do the bulk of it. You cover corners, you suppressive fire and everything. All right. After that, how was it leading the assault yourself?
A lot of Ukrainians, after the first assault of Mariupol, after we were sweeping the buildings, we would call them out. Like, we're coming, better like surrender. You better surrender because we're coming and we're going to throw grenades in your bunkers or in your basements. Many of them would surrender.
Oh, okay.
There was a guy, his last name was Klimenko or something. I can't tell you exactly right now, but it's had the NKO at the end. And he and with his squad, they were hiding in the basement with civilians inside. So we told them that we're coming, we're gonna drop on you right now, so you better surrender. And they told us that they have civilians inside, that we don't shoot and don't throw any grenades, and they will just surrender themselves. And this guy was like, he got my respect, you know, because he didn't want to endanger civilians. He didn't want to endanger his own soldiers. He showed us that we're all soldiers, just on the separate sides of the front.
How old was he?
People. I don't know. He looked old though. He didn't look really old, but he was like in the 30s or 40s, something like that. And they just surrendered. We pointed our guns at them, so because we were expecting something that would go off or something like that. And we escorted them back to our base without their weapons, sent them to Rosguardia units because they were doing all the stuff at the back of our front.
And how many surrendered?
There was like 4 guys left,
Okay.
including the squad leader and I don't know, 7 or 8 civilians.
Oh, okay.
Most of them women and old men.
Okay. Did some surrender missions go off? Did sometimes was there fake surrendering?
But yeah, of course, like there were squads in our left flank that had telling them that they will surrender. Ukrainians were telling them that they will surrender. But as soon as the SL got in, they started fire on them, like open fire on them. Okay. And that's where this guy just lost his leg and not lost his leg, but he was shot in the leg 2 times and shot in the left hand like 1 or 2 times. I don't know. I remember.
Can you tell us about one of the missions you remember intensely that you took part in?
Yeah, there was a mission with my friend called, I don't want to like really tell his name. He was let's say his name was Hussein. 6 guys of us, six guy squad. We were clearing the second level of the apartment. We had intel that they were Azov battalion hiding in there, like part of the Azov battalion hiding in there, with no hesitation because they would not. Those guys don't surrender. Yeah, so this mission starts. We go in with no hesitation. There was no fire after the assault brigade went away when it went forward. So we were thinking maybe they just passed away or something like that because there were no movement here. We heard no movement on the second floor. We were stacked up at the wall, right near the door, and Hussein, he just went to check the door, just lean on it to check it for noises. I don't know if he checked too hard or they heard something or they saw something, but they started blasting away at the door. Luckily, no one got hurt that time. And we just started throwing grenades inside, and that's how it went with the Azov battalion. I remember this mission because me and Hussein were talking about the movie. We were stacked up at the door, and we were talking with him like, hey, did you watch that Godzilla movie? He's like, no, I didn't watch that yet.
No.
So probably that's why they opened fire. I don't know. They didn't want any spoilers.
Okay, so how did this firefight end? You left the building or you continued the mission?
We continued the mission. We were throwing grenades inside, and after everything went down, everything exploded, and we had no more grenades. We had no armor to just blow up the building, like from the side, from the window. Right when they wanted to get in the building, when we wanted to get in the building, a squad leader got shot.
So you said after you had no more grenades and everything, you talked about the squad leader and it cut.
And it was his fatal decision because he got hit by the couple guys that were left in there, and we just opened fire on the direction of the enemy. And then it was quiet. But squad leader got hit in the abdomen. That's why I tell him use the assault vest, not like those plate carriers, little plate carriers. He got hit in the abdomen. He went back home. So our guys were pretty experienced in close combat fighting because we're like ex SWAT team or something like that. That's why we had our bags. We checked the doors. We go in. We always control everything, every inch of the apartment. We were controlling it. So that's what maybe saved my life. I don't know, because shit was insane. If you go outside, I was more terrified to go outside the building that we're storming than sit inside of it because there was constant shelling going on.
Was snipers a problem?
Snipers were big, huge pain in the ass.
以上是车臣军士兵 Zulu 采访的前半部分，我稍微总结一下。围攻马里乌波尔非常的危险。开战前 Zulu 是一名警察，因为热血还想赚钱，所以作为志愿者加入了特别军事行动。赚钱不算多么高尚的动机，但比较真实。开战时乌军的炮火是很猛烈的，当时乌军还有足够的弹药跟俄军对轰，所以 Zulu 说宁可待在建筑里，绝不愿意去外面。无论你多有经验，被击中都是一炮解决。 第二，车臣军的巷战经验丰富 ，Zulu 这些志愿者事实上只有1个月的训练时间，然后是在战场上逐步适应、逐步训练。他们不是像西方媒体说的那样把他们扔上战场，让他们自生自灭，而是老兵带新兵，逐步的培训新兵适应战场。而且大家注意 ，Zulu 打了1年了，都只是负责清理建筑，从头到尾他都不是突击队员。突击队员是由经验丰富的车臣军士兵组成的，所以俄军一直是用车臣军来进行巷战。第三，俄乌冲突是2个庞大体系的对抗。Zulu 是俄军体系中车臣军下属的一名志愿兵，连突击队员都不算。我们可以看到他们的培训、作战、后勤和突击队的配合已经是比较复杂的体系了。在我们整个沙盘上，车臣军只是俄军很小的一个分支。车臣军的日常都是这么复杂的体系，更何况管理俄军整个战线的所有部队和后勤。同样的，乌军也是非常复杂的体系，还有北约的指挥体系嵌入在里面。所以我的整体感受是，俄乌冲突是2个庞大体系的对抗，最后谁能胜出会有很多复杂的因素影响。很难说1、2种新的武器，比如豹二坦克或者集束炸弹或者 F-16，就能击败对面数十万人组成的庞大体系。什么世界最强叉叉武器即将抵达，俄军即将溃败，叉叉信号显示俄国经济即将崩溃，瓦格纳叛乱，俄国即将爆发内战等等，这类消息过去1年我在外网看的特别多。但我静下心来思考，我们远在东方想要判断战局的走向，很重要的一点就是要尽量多的了解战场的方方面面的信息。除了在沙盘上看双方的大致部署，我也希望大家了解一下一线战士们的情况。如果大家喜欢看，并且本期点赞多的话，我尽快把采访的下半部分关于Zulu面对狙击手以及被困在雷区的体验给大家分享。我们下期再会。